Good afternoon, everybody, and good evening for those on the coast and my friends in the UK. I am just going to sit here, even if I talk to myself for a bit, to test the internet. Nick came by yesterday and said it's likely that if this doesn't work, it's going to be a connection to the outside wires because we are the only ones having this problem, apparently. So, I had a conversation with my good buddy in Lowbro town, early ritual, about maybe investing in a laptop which might work better moving forward with the channel and with, of course, my art I do as well, and having a cable, Ethernet. So, I am just going to hang out, and Ramon knows I'm going to be here. Where are you, Ramon? Ramon is excited and getting ready for his trip. He leaves for Friday to Mexico. So, um, yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days. Girl is sending me pictures from her train ride, her and Anthony. So she happens to pop in and well, actually, once I'm done with this, I'm going to delete because no one wants to see an internet testing video. Um, so, hey Maruta, how's it going, girl? Thanks for joining me. I'm testing the internet, and I'm going to do this today. Well, right now, I might, if all goes well and I don't drop, um, I will try again a little bit later. Maybe do a official pop up or um, so that our techie here can help us figure out what's wrong. Where is the problem? Because the person that lived here before us lived here for 20 years. And we told them we had no idea what she used for internet. So going good, signals loud and clear. Awesome. So, yeah, we'll see. We switched the modem and Wi Fi to my room. And he said that if I drop um, again, then give them a call, and tomorrow they will come out and start checking the outside because they've changed out the switch box, they switched out the rooms, they checked the outside, and now it's something coming from here to the street connection. If, you know, it just could have been a bad outlet up front, we don't know. So, yeah, 3 minutes into the live and we're good, Maruda. So how are you doing today, my dear? Um, man, those cards. I was looking at this one book, the booklet, and man, really good information. But these cards are hard to shuffle. It's like you get, and they're sticky. You gotta like, you know, do that. Even with the spray and the powder. Some of these decks need to be not so, you know, so stiff. I mean, I know Miss Tarot D's not here, but maybe I'll conjure her if I make this little joke. I know us ladies like stiff, but when it comes to our cards, not so much, right? So I say that in honor of Miss Tarot D. Ooh, veiled desires are reawakening. How about that, Maruda? Oh, awakening desires. Yeah, that's funny. I like to side shuffle for the tough ones. Having the equipment in the same room should help a lot. I like to side shuffle for the tough. I don't know what you mean by side shuffle. Oh, duh. Yeah, but it's weird. It doesn't feel like I'm shuffling them properly for me because they still stick. I mean, they're so thick that even a side shuffle, you can't. At least with this deck, girl, you can't really, I mean, it's like, look at, even, so, I don't know, I may have to go and do, bend and wrangle some of these cards, individually. I'm not sure, but I don't want to keep doing that, and you're not even getting a real shuffle. So, opening a natural path to healing loss. I really like these, I think, more than I do her light deck. Except for the white borders. But really, the artwork, the black, makes these pop. It'd be more if there was just black along the sides there. So, I figured I'd hang out. It says that we have 2 in chat. So, lurker number 2. Well, not an actual lurker, but who's... Hi, Lexi! Going to eat dinner. Enjoy your dinner, my dear. Just testing out my signal to see if he fixed it. We just had like a brunch lunch. We got these, they're selling them in the stores. These Jack Daniels are selling them in the stores, pulled pork and chicken, and they mix it with their flavored barbecue sauces. Oh, it's so good. And what I did was I made some hash browns. I threw them in the air fryer. Guys, I love my air fryer. I'm gonna be getting recipes and stuff from Allison from my air fryer. And oh, it was so good. Hash browns, pulled pork with melted provolone and bacon, fried bacon on brioche. Oh, it was so good. So enjoy your deck. So this one here, Maruta, The Secret Language of Darkness. I don't know if you know Maruta, you remember. You may even still be subscribed to him. Ron, Unconditional Love. I first saw her deck, the Secret Language of Light, on Ron's channel, and that was almost 4 years ago, and fell in love with that, and I always wanted that. And then when this came out, I was like, oh, so they've been on my list, and of course Ramon gifted me them as like a housewarming gift for the new place, along with the Santa Muerte book by Cressida. So it's been very interesting. Oh, Alexis, they were just too much sauce though, and a little too much sugar. I mean, you want your sauce to be sweet, but I mean, it was still good though, girl. Hey Shelby, what's going on? Testing the internet. Nothing in particular, just chatting with whoever pops in, and Maruta has joined me. Lexi is popping in before her yummy dinner, and now you're joining us, so sweet. Have a sip. So beautiful weather again here today. Went for a walk around our park and down even a little bit. Took some photos of the mountain and playing around with my sketchbook, and came back here, did some painting. I'm still working on my painting. I don't know if I can swivel that around a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but still working on that. Watch some TV with Shan, and I thought I would pop in and say hi to y'all. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful weather. I know it's hard to see, but it's coming along. I'm happy with it. I accidentally put my main focus almost smack dab in the middle of the canvas, and technically not a good thing to do. Ours, most artists know better, because you want to be able to pull your line of sight and have it move, through the image, through the canvas. And so just, where it's like stack, it just stops you there. So I'm going to be playing around with some of that, but here, let me see if I can. I'm still getting used to these hardwood floors, y'all. So here we go. So as you can see, what Heather has done here is, it's kind of hard to see, but I put this pretty much right in the middle. So I'm having to expand more of the image this way, possibly with this. But I really like how it's coming around with the color, and it's a little washed out right now. It's hard to see some of the subtleties, but my first real canvas in about 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Otherwise, it's just been, paper, and whatnot. So it's nice to feel, and I even want to work bigger than that. Thank you, Maruta. There is an artist who actually has an art gallery in McMinnville. So once we get settled and the car gets her, her 6 months of oil change, because after 2,000 miles, the car needs a good oil change, and fluid change. But her name, I hope she didn't lose her gallery, because I know she was in the LA area with her gallery. But her name is Erin Hansen, and she has a gallery in McMinnville, and I'm hoping to maybe meet her one of these days now that I'm here. And just really beautiful landscape paintings of hers. This book cost me a good fortune, but I love her color palette, and I study it and I play around with it on my art. And although, truth be told, my college mentor, Connie, I showed her the work, and she was like, "Ooh, those colors are too garish." The way she's using them, she goes, "Heather, I like your paintings better." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Connie." But yeah, it's nice to. And I want to get back into oils. I miss the lusciousness of oils, but right now acrylics are the way to go. Although I am researching water mixable oils again. When they first came out, not so great, because they were still playing around with the proper, medium, the vehicle to make it water soluble. But I've got my eye on a couple brands, so we'll see how that goes. But there's a gallery in Jacksonville, not far from here, and I would like to become a member. It's $185 a year to become a member, and then you have to sit in the gallery, and volunteer on days, and that's okay with me. I don't mind doing that. But I thought, a $60 fee or so for a Buffalo gallery at one time was a lot, and I was like, whoa, 180. So, ooh, Shelby, what are you doing? So far, so good, guys. I have been on for, is it going to tell me how long I've been on for? No, it's not. So far, I'm on for, knock on wood, 15 minutes. And I'm still here. I mostly use alcohol-based markers and do illustrations. Nice. So, Shelby, have you heard of the two things? There is a Camera Lucida app that's free. And it's exactly what it is, transferring an image, onto any support that you're using, canvas, paper, whatever your support is, your surface. And then there's this device, and that's what I use to sit my iPad on. I don't think I can switch out my camera here, can I? But it's called an Osmo. So going to just do this very slowly so I don't make everybody dizzy. It's actually a child's item, because of, you can play games and they can do, reflective things on the iPad with the things that come along with it. But anyway, for anybody too, really. It's Osmo. Now this is about, I would say, 6 years old now. I've had it for at least 6, 7, 8 years old. But your iPad, sits down in there. Or at least that's where I put it. And then this thing that says Osmo, that clips off. Come comes off, and you can see there's a mirror. And what it does is, let's see what happens when I do this. So I go over the camera with it. And kind of cool, isn't it? And so when you sit this like this, is it going to let me do this? Yes. Ooh, you want to see my tummy. You set it in here, and when you do that through the Osmo, not the Osmo, the camera Lucida, you can create and put on your thing and your image, whatever it is. And I've done really cool, like, I'll make images really small, and then, you think you're drawing it the right size, and you look on your papers, all these tiny little dots, or you can enlarge it for larger areas, and you can play it around, move things around, create different compositions, on it. So very, very cool. Osmo. So it was relatively expensive. I think it was. You know what? I can't even remember. It wasn't like over $100 at all. I think it was around. Well, let's find out. Seeing that we're chatting for a while, and I mean, the channel is by Brush, which my paintbrush, my art brush, and also writing. So um, let's see. I did get it. I found it on Amazon, I believe it was. And I'm just going to type in Osmo Action Pro. Let's see, Osmo Pocket. Let's just do the Osmo. And so, they got techie stuff. So they're moving on up. So there we go. The Genius Starter Kit for iPad and iPhone. So you don't want, the package because it's education and games for kids. So right now it's 65 with everything, but if you get to find it just by itself, I hope they still just sell it by itself. It really is a cool investment. And then of course the app is free. The Camera Lucida app, that's for free. Um, so yeah, you should be able to find it by itself though. Um, but yeah, it's really cool. I've done all sorts of cool little drawings and things and stuff with it. Um, but alcohol markers, what do you use? Do you use Copics? Do you use Prismacolor? I know there's another brand that came out about 5 or 6 years ago called Uhu that's supposed to be really good. I used to follow a channel, Jane. She doesn't do her channel much anymore, but she would go and show all these art supplies and things. And of course, kind of like when you watch tarot, it's like, ooh, I got to get that deck. Ooh, I got that whole purchase responsibly thing. Oh man, I wish I could have done that back in the day. So I spent way too much art supplies. But although, if you do have the money, you can never have too many art supplies. Just like you can't have too many decks, right? But yeah, markers. Also, Arteza or Arteza does alcohol markers or water-based markers. Oh, so it's Ohuhu. Okay, so let's see. I used to use Prismacolors years ago. Then went to Copic, and then I bought myself for Christmas and birthday a huge set. So Shelby, do you like? People are saying that the Copics, the Ohuhu, are pretty much the same as a Copic. What has been your experience? Um, my friend Christina back in New York, she still prefers the Copic. Um, even over the Prismacolor. So I'm curious. But the Copics are like they're the ones that to get locked up at the stores because it's like I think one pen or marker is like $78 a piece. So they're spendy. I want to get back into, like I said, the oil paints, but if I do acrylic, I would love to get back into the Goldens, the Golden brand line. They're expensive too. But yeah, so what do you think of the comparison of the the Prismas compared to the Copics compared to the Ohuhu. I know a lot of people like the Ohuhu. I love them. It's like Copic, but they're inexpensive. Now, are the Ohuhus also light fast? I know some people that's a deal breaker because a lot of the lower end, even though sometimes you don't pay lower end, but some of the non-mainstream artist grade materials out there have to be ASTM standard, and they have to have they go by a light fastness rating. So um, you know, so for people like with gouache and stuff, so if you don't mind using a paint that isn't light fast, as long as you just save those and then put copies off of, then it's all good. But I know a lot of people are concerned with colored pencils, paints, markers, any material that you create a piece of artwork that you are going to sell, especially for good money, that the product is as light fast as possible so that the people who buy your work off of you, you know, their art doesn't fade, especially when they're sitting, in sunlight. Um, it's not much of a comparison for me except pricing. They have different tips and different sets with different colors you can get. Gotcha. So do you do freehand? I know you said you did illustrative, which obviously, but I know a lot of people like using the colored pencils now and the markers in the adult coloring books. Now, Mr. OD was here. Should be like, oh, adult coloring books? Not those kind of adult coloring books, but I'm sure they're out there. So, yeah, still since we have three people, so whoever's still here with us, Maru, I know Lexi's going out to dinner. But yeah, I I would like to do a third channel. Well, it would be a third channel because the old one is technically done. I do have to, still go back to it every now and then to let certain folks, know where I'm at now. But I would like to be able to do a separate channel just for my art, no tarot, because let's face it, people still get funny when they see or hear Oracle tarot. And so I noticed that happened on my Facebook page when I decided to start sharing my lives, on my Facebook along with my art, and pretty much almost all of my art folks, you know, in the community just dropped right off. Um, I had even someone decide that at the last minute they're like, "Oh, um, can't get that painting." It was just I knew what was going on. They wanted to see me. They wanted to get another piece for their collection, and not long after, I put something up, and then boom, they let me know that they weren't going to be able to financially do it, and then I never heard back from them. So people are still funny about the tarot, so I may do um, a separate um, YouTube video. I don't know, with my art. So I mostly do illustrations, but not much freehand. But the illustrations, that is freehand though, correct? Um, Now, Christine, she can sit and just like start drawing stuff. It's amazing what she can do. Um, Brian Fraud that did the fairies oracle I was sharing the other night, and um, Maxine Miller with her magical botanical oracle. The ink drawings, illustrations are just fabulous. Hey, Ramon, what's going on? All excited about the trip to Mexico, and stay tuned for all of my peeps when Ramon gets back from his trip. Him and a certain someone, moi, are going to be getting together and doing a very interesting show. So excited. Just a little, just a little teaser. So stay tuned. Make sure you check out Ramon's. Also, Ramon has a new channel for his dedication to Santa Muerte. And Ramon, I set the book aside. I started reading it, and something made me a little uncomfortable for me spiritually. And that's something that perhaps I can maybe discuss with you on a face call or backstage, or even in text. Um, Something that Cressida wrote um, about Santa Muerte. So it's just something that I wanted to see how you felt about and what how you felt about what she wrote, and with you. And I've been wanting to ask Selena as well. I know she's very busy, with work and school and her channel. Her channel's exploding, so um, be sure to. I mean, everybody here knows Selena, Essence of the Moon. So, and I'm going to be a guest with her and Bobby, not this Thursday, but the following. No, Ramon, are you going to be? So I think it's this Thursday. I'm joining Selena and Bobby for Behind the Moon because Ramon, you're getting ready to head off to Mexico. So yes, um, that's exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. But I do miss being with you, Ramon, or just even hanging out. I've been every time I hear a Madonna song, I want to take a video, get the video and start recording and say, ah. But I wish I could do that and share it to YouTube. I know some people can do it, but you gotta get written permission or something from YouTube or whatever. I don't know, but um, I wish I could do more music based stuff on my channel because that's what I love. I love my music. I love my paints. I love my cards. Yes, great trip. Going to go to Teotihuacan. So yes, among other places. Let's see. So Shelby says, continuing on the art talk. The only problem I have, and this is with Copic, is that I don't have the color navy blue, like true navy blue color. I have it with my Prismacolors, but I can't find it with Ohuhu and Copic. Very interesting. I wonder why they wouldn't have the same color. I mean, the pigment base should be, what I think, the same. Um, but maybe they don't from with markers. So I have Prussian blue. Ooh, I like Prussian blue, but I like indigo. You know what my favorite color is, Shelby, is I love Payne's gray. It's a beautiful like gray indigo color, and you can just slowly add like lighter colors to it, whether white or light blues or light purples or light greens, and you get really beautiful gradations. But you need your navy blue. I got you, girl. I hear you. We all have our colors that we need. Um, yes, but are the Ohuhus light fast though? Do they meet the criteria, the standard for light fastness? As in, when you do a picture and expose it to natural light, and how fast the colors go, the colors fade, or if the colors hold. So yeah. And Jonathan Daly and I have been talking about doing um, another live painting show. Now that our, even though I'm further away from all my East Coasters readers and UK, I'm closer to Jonathan now in Hawaii. So we're going to maybe see if we can do something this week or maybe next week because Apollo, his son, is home from school now this summer. So got to be doing lots of things with family. So, and yeah, just another beautiful day here. Really, to me, this is paradise. I love it. So, I have been on for half an hour, y'all, and it's holding up. This is great. So, I think it's going to be good. Maybe I just needed to change the room to do this in. So, good bandwidth strength. I know Marucha said I was sounding good, everything was clear. Let's see. For me, no, but I guess it depends on colors. But it's all right with the light fastness. And that's when usually when you go and you get a tube or something of paint for people who make it. Now, I don't have any major brands except for my Holbein acrylic wash. I have my Amsterdam, which is a student grade acrylic. Um, and this is in Chinese, but you can see the AP stamp on it. And for this series, it's a number, they give it 2 stars. And for Holbein, though, I think 2 stars might be, I know for some, the less stars, the more the more light fast. And then for some brands, the more stars or little asterisks on them, the higher the light fast. But otherwise, it's kind of hard to read because Holbein is Japanese. They do make amazing products. Um, so yeah, they make a water soluble oil paint too, and they sell it at the art store in Medford. Um, but yeah, it conforms to the 8 ASTMD. So, and with that too is that it makes sure that if there's something that's toxic in the paint, like your cadmiums, your cobalt, something you gotta be very careful because some brands still use it. Some artists still prefer the cadmiums, and also some people artists still prefer to use lead white. Now, some of these paints aren't even permitted to be sold in California because California has very strict rules and regulations on materials that are toxic that goes into products that are sold in their state. So you have to kind of watch in what areas. But so a lot of the colors with your cadmiums and your cobalts are going to be um, basically, you'll see the word hue on them. That way it cuts the cost and also takes out the toxic pigment, that's in it. But as long as, you're professional, you're artist, and you keep and if you have kids, pets, making sure that those real cadmium based, cobalt based, and lead white based paints out of reach of your furry ones and your kids, then all good, and just making sure not to breathe, no licking the paint. Licking the paint. Hey Sylvia, what's going on, girl? um so yeah, these little tubes are like 10, depending on where you get them, are like $9 to $10 a piece. But all you need is just a little, especially with the gouache. But for me, doing the bigger sizes like I am over here with this one, yeah, I'm going to have to start reinvesting in myself slowly but surely. So, how have you been, Sylvia? What's going on, girl? Let's see. I like to think the layer colors can be, but overall the colors stay the same. Some people can be picky about it. Yeah, for like I was saying, if these illustrations or colors that you're using the markers for are mainly for you, or for pieces that you're only going to print and not sell the originals, then those are fine. It's just for artists who, sell their work for good money. You don't want your colors to fade on your customers, on your clients. So that's kind of where you get that balance. Like with anything with pastels, oil, soft. Your paints. Your gouache, acrylics, watercolors. Um, Same thing with your color pencils. Oh my goodness, Derwent's Light Fast color pencils. I have that set, and they're like all their colors are light fast. They're either a 1 or a 2. Um, so very beautiful, very rich colors. I love Caran d'Ache, but they charge so much money for. If you want, I could email you some of my artwork. I would love to see that, Shelby. So go ahead and eel me. I do have. I don't know if I have here So I have a couple emails, but for this channel, I'm trying to use my new one here, and they're all lowercase. Let me see if I can take the, it won't, so it's all lowercase, Shelby. Hey, Miss Nancy, testing my internet, girl, especially before tomorrow. And so far, I've been on for almost 45 minutes, and it's all good, Nancy. So Nancy and I will be here tomorrow for the divine. I keep calling it divine feminine, Nancy, when I really want to call it the sacred feminine within, because we all have the sacred feminine within ourselves. So, Shelby, that's the email that I'm using for the channel now. And you're going to get, oh, you're getting ready to go live with Scott. So if you want a beautiful reading with Miss Nancy and from Scott, head over to Sun Scorpio. And so yeah, we will be, Nancy, I gotta message you. I was thinking, yeah, that thinking hurt. I'm wondering if you might want to do it, sign you. See, because I know that we've got peeps in England that may not know of my new channel. I might have to go put an announcement or something. Like Hannah, Sandy Black, Garnet. I miss all of them in chats and stuff now with the new channel. So gotta somehow let those peeps know that we're over here now. Faces in Stone, Don. I know Irene, Iron Fire Horse. She's familiar with the new channel now. Sylvia, I like your background is white. Yeah, actually, that's my window behind me. I've had to move things around a bit, trying to get things right with the light. So I've got to figure out how somehow to get a hold of them. I don't know, maybe simulcast. Because if you simulcast, Nancy, then they'll be like, oh, look, Sacred Feminine, 5 o'clock Eastern, and then they'll join your chat, and then they'll see my channel, new channel. So maybe that's how we can rope some more of those people in. You may want to do a mini 3 minutes videos for the next few weeks on your other channels. Yeah, I just have this one and the other one, so I may, yeah, I may very well. And hi, what's going on? You want to say hi? Of course you do. Oh, get up here really quick. Say hi to everybody before we go. Say hi. I like my new home. I got a little scared though last week. Yeah, last Friday or Thursday, I got scared. Yeah, but I'm okay now. So, um, yeah, well, at 3:24, 45 minutes, all looks good. Want to get on the table? I'll let you get on it this time. Um, so yeah, get ready for dinner. I'm going to let everybody go. Make sure to go over to, no, you can't go in front of the camera. Make sure to go over to us, Sun Scorpio, and get a reading from Miss Nancy and from Scott. And yeah, finally, it looks like maybe it was just, don't lick. Now he's licking this. Don't lick stuff. Like my dog Lulu. And yeah, and get a reading. And we'll see everybody later. Thank you, everyone, again. Maruta was the first one in there hanging out with me. Ramon, Nancy, Sylvia, Shelby. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow with Miss Nancy and I on our Divine Feminine. So, bye, y'all. Thanks again.